Hola, peoples. It has been a long time again since we've done a live, and let's share our gratitude to all of the subscribers. I hope this is working, y'all. I have a new setup. I'm so sorry. I have a new setup. I'm trying to perfect it. I got a new microphone, and so I'm hoping that you can hear me. I don't really know, and I'm looking at it. I don't think it's muted, so I think that you can hear me, but let me know. So I'm hoping that works. I'm hoping that my microphone. I'm looking up because that's where my microphone is. Hola, Brenda. Good to see you. But yeah, I'm going to do cards of the day, but it's going to be a minute because I'm going to ramble. I'm going to ramble because I haven't connected with all of you in a hot minute. So I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to share this with everybody, and gratitude and much love to all of my subscribers and those who have donated um, to share this publicly, and that's, I like to be able to do that, to give back and be of service in that way ever so often when I can, when I'm able, and so I'm happy to be able to do that. Rambles, I know, but it's been a lot has happened. I don't even know the last time that we've talked and what I've shared. I'm just so grateful for the community that we create here. It's really I look at other communities, and I look at other how other people engage with their communities, I guess. And I'm so grateful the way that we communicate. I'm grateful to be able to talk the way that I talk and engage with everybody and show that I care. I don't like having that disconnect where you don't know if someone actually cares. I'm just rambling, but there's a lot of things on my mind. So let me know how y'all are. Let me know what's going on with you. Let me know all of the exciting, fun stuff. Um, I will be honest. My uncle passed away last week, and so a lot of stuff was there's a lot of like uprootedness. There's a lot of last minute, like, just fast, let's go, let's get stuff done. Well, hello, Miss Marley. And so we traveled to just get everything done. It it was crazy. I mean, it's weird because my uncle passed away, but I also got to see certain family members that I've wanted to see in a while. And so I've also saw family members that I did not care to see. And it's just weird, it's just weird. The dynamic, but I think it was good for a lot of us to show up for my cousin, as well as my grandma, my grandpa. It was a weird time, but I think it was also very healing. And I was really apprehensive because I had to see an aunt that I haven't seen in 7 years, 8 years, maybe longer. She's extremely homophobic, and extremely Christian in the sense that, like, extremely Christian, and she's not that Christian is a bad thing always, but she uses it to her advantage to be hateful, right? And so I was prepared to deal with that. I was so scared, y'all. My family is very strong in personality, so I was really scared, like something was going to happen. And I'm like, you know what? I'm prepared for this. I'm ready for this. I know how to handle myself. Like, I'm ground, my hoops can go down. So if there's any like weird situation during this time, please let it be between that aunt and myself, because I can handle this, and that way it's not between her and her sisters or her and my grandparents, because they're already dealing with a loss. And so I was ready, but it didn't happen. It almost happened several times. I almost did, but I was like, no, we're not going there. We don't need that. It's not appropriate. So I went off my diet, y'all. Again, let me know how y'all are doing. Let me know what's going on with you. I'll get into the card readings in just a second, but I just kind of want to catch up with everybody. I've been in a weird space. I went off my diet. I had sugar, and nothing tasted exciting. Like when we had to go, we had to travel about 5 hours, and last minute, so I wasn't prepared, and I tried so hard to stick to my routine, and it just wasn't. I wasn't getting anything. It just wasn't happening, and so I allowed myself, because I know that I'm in control of this. Allowed myself to veer off course, and so yeah, nothing was great. I was so disappointed. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna try this. And yeah, it wasn't that good. Nothing I ate was really great. Like you remember how things taste so good. The only thing, like I love apple fritters. I had several apple fritters. Let's be honest. Um, those were delicious. I don't know what it was about that, but I've had other things and just not good. And so today's like back onto my diet, my routine. I exercise, lifted weights, so I'm good. But yeah, it was really weird to pay attention to how different things interact with your body, and how eating carbs and sugar, how it made me feel personally. Very heavy, very bloated, like very bloated. And just kind of like, I hate to say this, but like for me personally, very like lower vibrational. You know what I mean? Just gross. Like I wasn't excited about anything. Like, ugh. I just feel very heavy. So it's interesting to know to note how it makes you feel. Gross. Anyways, y'all. Oh my gosh, a diet Mountain Dew kick. Ugh, that stuff is terrible. Do you, Michael? The other Michael, I saw him get a Mountain Dew. I was like, "What are you doing?" That stuff is like, oh, that stuff. That stuff. Well, hello, Mona. Good to see you, Nancy, Carrie. Yeah, Father's Day. Oh, I know, I know, I know, I know. Yeah. So, I think I don't know. Death is weird. Death is weird, and what I found, when it comes to death, it's never about you. I mean, unless you're the one who's kicking it, but it's not about you. It's not about you. Like I had to think about it for a second, and it's like I observed a lot of my family, and I'm like, this isn't like not a lot of my family, but I'm just observing certain people. I'm like, this isn't about you. It's first and foremost about my cousin, who she whatever she her dad is no longer physically here. So it's about her. And second, it's about my grandparents, their son, right? And then everyone else comes after. So it's really interesting to pay attention to how people like to make things about them when it really has nothing to do with them. And it's really important for us to remember that when we are dealing with things like this, it's important for us to hold space for other people as best as we can, and recognize that this situation is not about us, any one of us. This is about a situation that is going on, and we need to hold space for people so they can mourn, and they can do whatever they need to do. We also can hold space for ourselves, but we should not put ourselves in the middle of something and make it revolve around us, because that's not what we should be doing in such cases. That's just my opinion. And I'm also, again, I'll get into the reading in a second. I am so grateful for this community. I love talking to all of you. I really do. I enjoy engaging. I miss it. And I love what we have here, because I see so many people. And again, I guess it's judgmental. I'm not trying to be judgmental. I'm just observing so many people, the way they interact with others. I feel we have something different, because I've been real as best as I can since day one, and I feel like we have this ability to just show up, converse, and create something together. It's not just one-sided. So I really appreciate what we are creating here. So I think there was other stuff I wanted to say, but I can't remember it now because I got so excited in this situation over here. So yeah, I think let me try and do this. Let's see if I can do this. Share screen. Here we go. So Well, hello. I'm going to try and write this down, you guys. I am going to write this down, our timestamps, so you don't have to listen to me ramble for the first 10 minutes. So the 15th. And I will put this all up on YouTube so you can just click the time and boom, there you go. But yeah, let's get into this. We're going to work with Ask and It Is Given. Ask and It Is Given cards. So, y'all, before we get into this, just take some time to ground and center. Take some time to just focus on your breathing, focus on yourself, and just pay attention to whatever it is that you need to be with right in this moment, okay? And we'll get into the cards and we'll discuss. And these are things to contemplate. Like, what do I need to contemplate right now? What do I need to contemplate today or for the 15th, right? What is going on that I need to pay attention to? Just listen, you know? And I will say this, a lot of people get a little frustrated that I utilize law of attraction cards and positive cards and all of this stuff. And I will say, like, if you have ever shown up to any one of these, you know that I am not anti negativity. I'm not like deny. I don't say deny your emotions. I say, look, there's enough bullshit and hate, ignorance and pain and just nasty shit in the world. It's so easy to focus. It is so easy for each and every one of us to focus on what is wrong, right? It is so easy for us to look at what we don't want in life. Absolutely easy. What is not easy is for us to hold space for that, to acknowledge that, and then focus on what is right, and focus on what we love, and focus on things that we enjoy. And so I think it's important for all of us to be mindful of that. Like, I'm not saying deny things. I'm saying experience the things that you're going through, but understand we also have a choice in how we interact with those things. And so, yes, it is easy for a lot of us to just focus on the shit, the bullshit, which is why it is important for us to talk about all of the wonderful possibilities. Okay. And so that is why I choose to use whatever cards I choose to use and to spin things a certain way, or to not spin them, but to like express them in a certain way that helps us acknowledge and helps us to be in a space that is going to be that we can utilize. Because if I just kept giving you like all this doom and gloom negative shit, what good does that do? What good does that do? Let's talk about solutions. Let's talk about working through. Let's talk about navigating those murky waters, right? So, okay, so this reading, y'all, is going to be for the 15th, Tuesday, which is Mars ruled, June 2021. Hello. The 15th right there. Do you see it? So Tuesday. And what's coming up on Tuesday in the collective? What do I need to contemplate? What do I need to be mindful of? And please share your thoughts, whatever comes to you when you see the card or hear the expression of the card. Feel free to share and express. Okay, I'm going to pull 3 cards. I know that, Lorna, exactly. Sorry, y'all. I'm gonna get in. It doesn't. Yeah, my mom experienced that at work, and you know, her brother, and people are just saying, "Oh yeah, my this or my that," and it's like, I am sorry that you experienced that, but that also doesn't help anyone who is just going through that. Like, it's not about you, hon. It's not. Yeah, people mean well, but they don't comprehend what they're doing. So let us see. We have card 1. Okay. Card 3. Okay. All right. So, well, hello, Sarah Elizabeth. Welcome to the adventure. Okay, card 1. Again, this is for the 15th Tuesday, Mars ruled, right? So card 1 is I can accept myself as a vibrational being. So before I get into the expression of that, what does that say to you? I can accept myself as a vibrational being. What does that say to you? So once you begin to accept yourself as a vibrational being who attracts all things that come into your experience, once you understand the correlation between what you are thinking, feeling, and what you are receiving, you then hold the keys to get from wherever you are to wherever you want to be on all subjects. What does that say to you? How does that make you feel? I really like that. I like the expression of that because it's definitely it's hard at times to really take that in and say I'm attracting or I'm vibrationally a part of this experience, whatever that experience is, because sometimes we have experiences that don't feel great, and it's like, how am I the cause of this? But it's not necessarily I'm the cause of this. It's more of like I am holding space for certain energy, and that energy is attracting that energy as well, and so this is my participation or co-creation in this. And so we have to be mindful of that. Hopefully I'm making sense. But it's also, I will express this, it's also about like the people around us, because it's not just us in this world creating. We are co-creating with again, with like the food. I can't tell you what to eat, right? It's up to you to discern what's good for you. But like the food that we consume, because the food does things into our body, right? And then it's also the material, media, the books we read, the videos that we watch. Because I know some sick ass fucking people who watch disgusting shit, like shit that is not right, like I've known some people, no longer in my life, peace, but I know some people who watch some really gross stuff, or I have known people, right, I should say, and I'm like, that's not okay, that's not healthy, that's not healthy for anybody. And so we have to be mindful that it's not just us, I'm a vibrational being. And so I take that into high account, that everything that I interact with and everything I allow in my space, I am vibrationally on some level matching and working with. And so when we have people in our lives who are extremely toxic, or when we have situations in our lives that are hurtful or harmful, and we allow that because we are on some level, whatever, we're afraid of speaking up, or we're afraid of living without that person, or whatever it is, we are still standing our ground saying, look, I accept this. And I realize it's not as easy as I'm leaving this behind me. It takes time. It takes it takes therapy. It takes a lot of different things to get each and every one of us to a place where we are confident enough to say, you know what, I come first. I'm a vibrational being. I come first. It's me. And so I no longer accept this behavior. I don't like that you are expressing, or this situation is expressing this. And so I'm going to offer a solution. I am going to change. And if this situation seeks to change with me, then we can continue this relationship. But if it does not, then I get to be the one that decides it is time to move. It is time to let go. It is time to release. Does that make sense? Let's see. I think we can carry negative energies as well that keep us stuck, but it's positive for me. Yeah, absolutely. I'm able to move forward and share my energy, so I'm mindful. Yes. Yeah, we're co-creating. So, and it's very subtle, because we think, oh, I've been friends with this person for so long, and we're just, we're besties, and but your bestie, let's say, is problematic on many levels. Let's say they hate people, they hate certain people, certain groups of people, and you're like, that's not what I represent. But as long as I am holding space for that, and they're not changing, right? I am allowing that. And so if I accept that I'm a vibrational being, that is energy attracting unto itself the vibration that it is holding space for, I don't want that in my life. And it sucks because it's hurt. It hurts because you don't want to get rid of all of these things because you have some form of attachment to them. You created memories there, but it's not healthy because they're in a space right now that's not helping you or them. Right? Just saying that to someone about always watching horror movies isn't healthy, that they should mix it up. Yeah, I believe that, I believe that. And everyone perceives things differently, but I do, because I realize, like, when I consume, like, if I'm watching all of these things, and it makes me feel like bad, I don't like that. There are certain movies I can watch, like, cool, whatever. But there are certain movies, like, when there's a scene and it's like, oh, that feels wrong to me, I realize, like, my vibration, my energy is shifting, and then I'm attracting that. And so then I can't keep this. I can't watch this anymore. It's honestly that complex and simple at the same time. So I can accept myself as a vibrational being. Something to think about. What does that mean for you? And how does that help you navigate your world? Like, how do you navigate understanding that I accept myself as this vibrational expression? Okay, so let's get into card two. Card two. I love scary movies too. I know. My desires and beliefs. My desires and beliefs are only thoughts. What does that say? So my desires and beliefs are only thoughts. So your desires and beliefs are just thoughts. Ask, and it is given. You ask through your attention, through your wanting, through your desire. That is the asking. Whether you desire it to happen or you desire it not to happen, you are asking. Ooh, I like that. Oh, I like that. What does that say to you? My desires and beliefs are only thoughts. And so it's like, when I give my attention to something, when I give my focus to something, I'm living it, It's like I'm focused in on something and it's like, oh my gosh, and you just obsess about it and it becomes so real to you. Whether you want it or you don't want it, it doesn't matter, because those things are making themselves known and you are creating, because you are a vibrational being, attracting that type of vibration. And so it is important to be very aware, of what we give our attention to. Okay. Absolutely. We have a right to cut out negative energy that affects us in any way. Absolutely. So, my desires and beliefs are only thoughts. Yeah. That annoying little piece of truth the universe does not understand, or doesn't understand not. It took me so long to truly recognize and correct that. Yeah, it is. And I think, like, we're so, like, programmed to focus on the not or the don't or the lack based on society, right? We are so focused. It's a form of control, a form of disempowerment, and that's why it is so important for us to fight that. It is so important for us to stand up and rebel. My desires and beliefs are only thoughts. And so whenever you're navigating something, whenever you're going through something, it's good to realize, like, look, I'm a vibe. I am a vibe. I'm a vibration. How do I feel? What am I going through? Do I like this? Do I like how I feel? Sometimes you just, boom, hoops are down. You're like, and you're going crazy, and you're just like, you realize, like, oh shit, I'm, like, really going in. Like, a bitch has no chance, because I'm performing here and I'm doing really good, and I don't really like how I feel, but I can't stop myself. And so it's like, in your head, you're like, okay, yes, you're going in, and then you're like, wait, I don't like how I feel. And so in that moment, which we all have, whether we're yelling, we're angry, we're frustrated, whatever we're having, like, when we're in this just very challenging moment, we all have that sort of realization, like, oh, maybe tone it down a little, maybe just stop. But at times we get to a point where we feel we have to finish, like we feel like we can't stop now or we'll look foolish. Does that make sense? I don't know if you've ever done that, but it's like, oh my gosh, I'm making a fool of myself by doing this. But if I stop, then I have to acknowledge that I'm doing that. And so I may as well just finish this through, project, make the other person feel inferior, and then I don't have to feel that way. So my desires and beliefs are only thoughts. And so when this happens, when we recognize that, oh, I'm going through something and I don't need to finish this, we can recognize, like, you know what? I don't need to finish this because I don't necessarily want this experience anymore. I recognize that I'm a vibe, and so what I'm vibing right now, expressing, doesn't match what I really want. And so let me stop. And if I need to apologize, let me apologize, or let me express myself in a different way. So that goes for good things as well. Like when you're feeling really, really good, appreciate that. Give more attention to the feeling of goodness. So on Tuesday, which is tomorrow, as of this recording, the 15th, it's going to be important to recognize that you are much more than a physical body. You are a vibration. And so your vibration is collecting data. And what you give your attention to, whether you love it or you don't, that data is being superimposed upon. You are saying, I want. So be aware of what you give your awareness to, what you give your time to, what you give your attention to. So card three, right here, hello. I will reach for the best feeling thought I have access to. Ooh, I have access to. I have access to. What does that say to you? So I will reach for the best feeling thought I have access to. Always be reaching for the feeling of relief that comes when you release a more resistant thought and replace it with a more allowing, better feeling thought. The stream of well-being is always flowing through you. And the more you allow it, the better you feel. The more you resist it, the worse you feel. Well, hello. Drive safely, Miss Nadia of Lady Jane's Bewitchery. Always be reaching for the feeling of relief that comes when you release a more resistant thought and replace it with a more allowing. So let's see. What does that say to you? How does that make you feel? I actually really appreciate this. And again, it's not saying you feel really, really shitty. Like I'm in this, sorry. You don't always owe other people an explanation of why you stop either. It's okay to just walk away when you realize you are in a space you don't want to be in anymore. Exactly. Absolutely. And so let's say we're arguing and blah, 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 because I'm good at that. Let's do this. And then and then it's like, oh, my attention is to this argument. I don't want that because I don't like feeling this way and I don't want someone else to feel this way, So let's stop that. And I will reach for the best feeling thought I have access to. So maybe you're like, you calling me like, you fucking bitch, blah, blah, blah. Because I'm like, yes, you're right. I am a bitch. Thank you. But then it goes from you bitch to like, oh, you're so frustrating. Or stuff like that. So you lighten the mood. You're not saying you're not a bitch anymore. I mean, you are in a sense, but you're not going full bitch mode or full cunt mode. You're like taking a step back. Like, okay, harshness. Let me be a little less harsh. I can't go from you bitch to like you're such an angelic, right? You're such an angel. Can't do that. But what I can do is reel it back a little. And what's a little better than bitch, in my opinion? Like, I don't know. What is it? I I don't know, asshole. I don't know. But whatever it is for you, does that make sense? So I will reach for the best feeling thought I have access to. So whenever we're going through something, it doesn't have to be the easiest thought or the purest or highest or whatever, the love and lighty thought. It doesn't have to go automatically to that. What it does need to, what we do need to do is to focus on something that is going to help us feel a little better. And so when we're going through this and we recognize, oh, I'm going through it, stop. What do I want to give my attention to? What do I want to focus on? And how can I tone it down a little? Let me bring it back a little. And that makes me feel a little better. Because when we're going in, it does. Our heart races, our energy is like, very aggressive. And then when we stop, we're like, oh, I can call it back a little. Let's bring it back. Then we feel a little better. We feel a little more normal, a little more in control of our own, situation. And so we just keep doing that every step of the way. Whenever we can go to that next best thought or the next best feeling thought that we have access to, keep reaching for it. And it just helps you feel better, right? Sometimes the next best thought is quiet mode. Absolutely. Whatever works for you. And that's the thing. So let's look at the cards. Card 1, again, Tuesday the 15th. I can accept myself as a vibrational being. Card 2, my desires and beliefs are only thoughts. Card 3, I will reach for the best feeling thought I have access to. And so to summarize this shit, on the 15th, we are going to contemplate what it means to be a vibrational being. What does it mean for you to be energy? And that everything you think, that's energy. So everything is energy being made manifest, okay? So all of the thoughts, all of the feelings, all of the stuff, it's energy being made manifest. And you are energy. You are a vibration. And so what does that mean to you? How does that make you feel? And is there anything that you want to change or shift based on that comprehension? And my desires and beliefs are only thought. So today, on Tuesday, Mars ruled the 15th, we are going to contemplate what I love and what I believe. And they're just thoughts. So what I believe and what I desire, what I want, they're just focused thought, focused attention. It's where I place my attention. It's where I place my investment. And so what am I investing in? Let me be very aware of that. If I want something differently, then I have to be aware that I have to interject a new thought process, a new source of attention. Okay? Something to think about and how that can interconnect with me being a vibrational being. And then card 3, I will reach for the best feeling thought I have access to. No, you know what? We're in this together. We're not going to be perfect, but it's about doing the best you can with what you have. So keep choosing for yourself that next best feeling thought. And if you can't get to the most loveliest thing in the world, that is absolutely okay. Get to the next step. Just keep choosing that next step, and eventually you will find your way. Okay? So that's just some stuff. Again, that was just the 15th. So that's just some stuff for the 15th. Okay? And now we'll get into the 16th. Right? And for this, we're going to work with the Metamorphosis Oracle, my Metamorphosis Oracle. So again, I do these so you can plan, so you can come back and listen to, and you can write down notes and write down whatever sticks out to you, so you can better manage whatever comes up that day. So this is for Wednesday, the 16th. Wednesday is ruled by Mercury, so any sort of Mercury stuff. The easiest one that I think everyone knows is communication, networking, stuff like that. Yeah, it helps you to just manage what's going on. So let me shuffle these cards. So yeah, always come back. I'll have everything time stamped, and you can come back and you can be aware of anything that you want to be aware of any specific day, and just use it to your advantage. That's why I do this, because we need all the advantages we can get. Why not? So all of the collective energy, filtered through me, filtered through whoever, use it to plan, use it to be aware of. So when something pops up, you have the upper hand, you have the advantage, because what you've already discussed this, we've talked about this. So let's see, card 1, right here. Ooh, rebirth. Card 2, oh, okay, surrender. Card 3, earth and grounding. Let us see. Okay, so again, Wednesday the 16th, let's go in. Card 1, we have rebirth, longest night, shortest day, Yule, dark night of the soul, and hope. So card 1, Wednesday, there's a rebirthing process. It's the dark night of the soul energy. There's hope. There's like light at the end of the tunnel. So we know that Wednesday is going to bring us data or information that might activate things that help us make decisions, like, oh, this is really going on. And so I am actually going through something that's going to help me come out or come through the other end. Oh, that just sounds odd. But it's going to, all the information I received today, I'm able to use to sort of like rebirth something, or to have a new perspective of something. Does that make sense? And so with rebirthing energy and hope, we recognize that, you know what? There is hope. There is information that is made available to me that I can use to just have a better experience. I've been waiting for this, and it has been so challenging. It has been so hard, and I'm tired. But we will have a little gem, an inspirational gem on Wednesday the 16th that will open the pathway for us to come through to, y'all, my hair. I know I just took a shower, so don't mind it. Sorry. Sorry. So rebirth, so dark night of the soul and hope. And so we have surrender, second card 2. And so I like, before I get into the rest, I like rebirth first and then surrender. It's like, oh, there is this process, there is a transitional type of energy, and then surrender. It's like, oh, just let it be, let it go. Let yourself become all that you need to become to have this new adventure or experience, or whatever it is that you are creating for yourself. And so with surrender, it's equal night, letting go, allowing death, ebb and flow and rest. And so what does that say to you? What does surrender mean? What does ebb and flow? It makes me think of the ocean. I was at the ocean recently. The waves, it's very magical, absolutely magical. And so with surrender, we realize that it is inevitable. Like, change is inevitable. We cannot escape change. It doesn't matter if we dislike it or not. Change is inevitable. It is. And so we can fight, we can resist the change, or we can comprehend that life is about ebb and flow, ups and downs, friction, right? And what would be the opposite of friction? Ease, friction, and easing up. You know what I mean? Tense and untense, or whatever. I don't know. But life, it's life. It makes me think of oppositions pulling at each other, but you find your sweet spot in that sense, right? And so with card 2, we have surrender. And so we recognize that I'm going through, and there's a rebirthing, smooth, yes, smooth, wax, surrender. And so I'm going through this. There's a rebirthing process happening. And y'all know, well, I don't know, y'all know, but the birthing process period is not necessarily a pleasant one, I guess, unless you're Beyonce, because I think she was like, oh yay. But yeah, it's painful. uh it's painful. I mean, for a child to have to like come out, and it is painful. That is a very interesting process. Or even if you have the child cut out, whatever, it's still painful. It is a process. And so we know that life is a painful process, but it's not always a painful process. After that pain, and as you shoot that child out, I'm just being silly. It's like, oh, surrender, ebb and flow, let go. Like, I no longer, like, boom, that is out into the world, and I don't have to experience that right now. Like, it's done in that moment. And so I surrender, and I understand that this is a new day. This is a new time, and it is a time of rest. It is a time for me to understand, like, oh, I've been through something. I'm going through something. I'm almost at the end of it. And with that, with all of those experiences, all of that friction oriented energy, I can take, and I realize I am a new person because of it. I understand more about me, my life, my situations because of this. And I don't have to act, I don't have to do right now. I simply have to be in this moment, in these realizations. I simply need to let go of my hold on the world right now and embrace what is flowing at this moment. And in that space, I get to rest because I know I am about to start anew. Does that make sense? So, with that being said, card 3 is earth and grounding. Reliable, structured, industrious, useful, stubborn, unbending. Earth. What does that say to you? How does that make you feel? What comes up when you think of earth? Unbending. So, I like that. I like that because it helps us get our back on our feet, right? Because we've had this rebirthing process. Like, bitch, this shit is crazy. We got chaos. It's uprooting stuff. I'm in it, and I have hope that we're gonna get through. And then I'm like, oh, got there. Surrender. Let me rest. Let me take a little break right now because I know it's about to get, something. And so as we rest and we go through that ebb and flow of energy and let go and process everything that we've been through, but how we also can start anew, we need that earth. We need that unbending energy, that groundedness, because that takes us, the rebirthing process takes us it uproots us, and we're not as stable. And so once we realize, like, oh, we're going through it, we're like, whew, like a slip and slide. And then we're like, we got to stop sometime. Earth is like, boom, I got you. Here we are. Ground yourself. Plant those stilettos in the earth. Hello. It's useful, right? And so we realize, like, oh, once we are in the process of understanding, comprehending what we've been through, now we find ourselves grounded. We are able to start planning and organizing what to do next. So let's see. Surrender to the Earth Mother, breathe, relax. Yes. And know that you're supported. I think that's like the big thing that's coming up for me right now. Like, what I need to express is like, understand that you're supported. You are. Understand that you are not alone. Understand that, the earth, that groundedness has your back. It doesn't matter. I mean, it might not feel great that maybe other people who you thought had your back, they don't have your back, but realize you're here. You're a vibration. You are a vibe, right? And so recognize that you are a force. And so you are supported. And it may not feel like you are supported by people, others who you want to be supported by, but know that by being here, by living this experience, you have the support of Gaia. You have the support of Mother in that sense. And so you got this. Find your footing. Mark your space and make it happen. Okay? So let's summarize. For the 16th, Wednesday, we have rebirth, we have surrender, and we have grounding. And so we recognize that we are going to be contemplating on Wednesday, what we have gone through. Like, how are we being reborn? Like, what are we going through right now? What are we saying goodbye to? And what are we saying hello to? Like, what is going on in our lives that is being rebirthed? And know that there is hope. There is information that is going to be presented. You have hope. There is a light there, and that light is going to bless you with information that you need to come out and come through, and understand that it's also time to let go. It's time to surrender to the ebb and flow of energy that is being made known in your life, right? So with surrender, it's like, understand that I cannot control this the way that I want to control this. And so I need to let go. I need to let go, let energy flow through, because there's a lot coming through. And so I must be a part of the energy. And so I must be open to the flow of essence that is coming through my life, so I can actually be moved in the right direction for myself. I need to rest in this. I need to rest in the fluid motion of life right now, where it's taking me. And so I don't have to control it. I simply need to be aware of it, so I know that I'm going to be fine, because I'm going to end up planted, grounded, and supported. Let's think about those things. So what am I fighting? What am I fighting that I need to stop fighting? What am I trying to control that I simply need to maybe allow to simply be? Right? Make sense? So that is Wednesday the 16th, y'all. Let's get into Tuesday the 22nd. So Tuesday the 22nd, and we're going back to ask and it is given. Let us shuffle. And again, thank you so much for being here. I recognize, because I haven't done anything in so long. I haven't done videos in so long. I'm not getting the reach. So feel free to tag your friends or share this with people that you think might enjoy this. But yeah, but I don't care. Like, I do care because, business, but I also just love it. I love as well being personal. So there's like 5-6 people here, and I love it. I enjoy it. I also enjoy if there's 60 or 600 or whatever, that'd be wonderful. But I enjoy the intimacy, I guess, the intimate setting. I like it all. So, oh, thank you, Mona. I appreciate that. Yeah, I enjoy talking. I enjoy, I spent a long time being hurt and coming from a hurt place. And I realized how information can really influence people. And so I try to express from a very authentic place, but always have solutions. So let's see. 1, 2, and 3. Huh. Okay. So this is for Tuesday, the 22nd. Again, write that on your calendars, take your notes, and be prepared. Focus on what you need. So card 1, I will never get there, so I will enjoy my journey. This one's a little challenging for me. So I will never get there, so I will enjoy my journey. You cannot ever get it done because you cannot ever cease to be, and you can never halt your awareness. Yet out of your awareness will be born another asking, and each asking always summons another answering. Your eternal nature is one of expansion, and expansion is a potential for unspeakable joy. Well, hello, Beatrice. Welcome. Hey. Never late, always on time. Welcome. So I will never get there, so I will enjoy my journey. And I think, yes, this is public, made possible for all the people who donate, by all the people who donate, and all the people who are subscribers. I just felt called public today. So thank you, everybody. I will never get there, so I will enjoy my journey. What does that say to you? How does that make you feel? what comes up for you? This has taken me some time to really start to really mull over, contemplate, and I feel we're on physical earth, right? We're here to experience. And we get taught a lot, like especially back in the day, it's like, oh, you grow up, you have kids, or you get a job, you have kids, you have a house, there it is, right? You have a That's it. And it's like, no, that's not necessarily it. That's not what everybody wants. And it's about experience. Like we're here, as vibrations embodied, manifesting in a physical way, right? We're here to experience. We're here to um, embrace the process. We're never done because once we achieve something, we utilize that to also achieve something else. And so we're constantly learning, we're constantly moving and engaging. And so we're never done. And that's okay. We think that we're going to end, like hit this end game or this end spot, and it's going to like boom, that's it. But that's a tad boring. And what this really is, I will never get there, so I will enjoy my journey. It's teaching us that, you know what? It's time to just embrace the process. It's time to focus on what we're doing, enjoy it, and keep creating. We don't have to have this end goal. We don't have to think that once we reach that end goal, we will be happy, because then we prevent ourselves from being happy in whatever moments we can find that happiness in. So does that make sense? And so we exist, and so we will continue to exist, and we will continue to create. We will continue to experience. There is no end. Sorry. And so appreciate the moments, appreciate the present moment, whatever struggle we're in, whatever beauty we're in, just like really enjoy the time we have to share with one another, the engagements we have. Like we're always creating, and that's a wonderful thing. So let's see what card 2 has to say about this. I am standing on the leading edge of thought. I am standing on the leading edge of thought. Just as all of your experiences from the time of your birth into your physical body until now have culminated into who you now are, all that has ever been experienced by all that is has culminated into all that is now being experienced in the physical life experience on planet Earth. Fuck. That was a little twister, wasn't it? What does that say to you? I am standing on the leading edge of thought. Well, hello, Amanda. Welcome. Ooh, awesome. Congratulations. I felt that a bit. I just finished my master's degree in forensic psychology and have some time before I go into my doctorate. But I sat down and started thinking, what now? And my best friend goes, you live. It doesn't stop here. And I felt, yes, absolutely. You live, you experience. Like, embrace it, enjoy it, and you'll keep doing. You'll keep, because we're here to experience and to enjoy. And so just embrace, like love every moment of that. Absolutely. And so I am standing on the leading edge of thought, and what is being expressed to me through this is that we all have divine spark. We all have God, goddess, whatever. We have that vibration within us. And that vibration is experiencing itself. In order for, some believe in order for God, herself, his self, whatever, their selves, all of it. In order for God to experience itself, we have been created because we have the God spark within us. And so everything we experience, God experiences, or God source, whatever you want to call it, experiences. So we have a mission here to embrace, to enjoy, to create those tensions, and to work through the problems and all of that, because God herself is learning more about herself through our behaviors and our actions, right? And so it gives us Like if we want to change the world, right? If we want to change the world, it starts with us. We want to experience the things that we desire, that we love, that we enjoy, because we want to put that into the collective, so the collective can start manifesting on a grander scale. Does that make sense? And so I am standing on the leading edge of thought. I will never get there, so I will enjoy my journey. And so let's be honest. Let us embrace the process. Let us have fun. Let us focus on the little things that we do love every day, and know that just by being us and being aware and giving our attention to the things we enjoy, the things that we love, and the solutions to our lives, right? We are helping. We are a part of the solution because we are doing what is best for us. Something to think about on Tuesday, the 22nd. Card three. Card three, I have the ability to direct my own thoughts. What does that say to you? I have the ability to direct my own thoughts. So you have the option of observing things as they are, or of imagining them as you want them to be. And whichever option you choose, your thoughts produce a vibration within you that equals your point of attraction. And then circumstances and events line up to match the vibrations that you have offered. What does that say to you? How does that make you feel? I like it because, again, it's like I have the ability to direct my own thoughts. So, like, what was that, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, several years ago, when I was in the hospital, like, legit almost dying, whatever, serious. But, like, when I was there, I was in the hospital and I was like, oh shit, this is serious. This is scary. And I'm like, I don't need to focus on that. Like, I'm not going to focus on, like, dying. I'm not going to focus on the fear factor. I started in that moment, in the hospital bed, I started focusing on my health. I started directing my thoughts into what can I do to make sure this does not happen? What can I do to make sure that I don't experience this again? You know, what's in my power? And so I took that moment. I took those days and I took those experiences and I said, you know what, I'm going to use this to my advantage because I don't like the way I feel, but I'm not going to give it my life. It's not taking me. And so what I did was I started to educate myself. I'm like, you know what, I am healthy, I'm loved, and I am beautiful, and I'm strong, and I got this, and I have support, and I will create support. And so I have the ability to direct my own thoughts. And so that's what I did. I took a situation, me, and I was like, you know what, I'm not going to live there. I'm not going to. Easy to do, it can be. And so I started to think about being healthier. I started giving my attention to healthier things. I started researching. I started thinking, like, putting beliefs out there of health and wellness and seeing myself do the work. I envisioned myself healthy, and I envisioned myself talking. Oh my God, talking. Hello, Sonia. Welcome. Talking to doctors and receiving like results back that said, you know, your diabetes is no longer, like, you're in like normal range. You're doing really good. I saw all that and I gave it my attention, and I continue to do that. And guess what? Took my my A1C from 12.1, 12.4 to 5.2, right? Last time we checked, 5.2 went down again. And so, does that make sense? And so I have the ability to direct my own thoughts. And I'm not done. It goes back to card one. I will never get there, so I will enjoy my journey. I'm enjoying this process. Just like I told you, I had sugar the other day. I had the other days, several days. I ate sugar, I ate shit. And I didn't beat myself up over it. Like I recognize, like, my A1C is 5.2. My blood sugar's in control. I'm really good, you know. So this is what I'm going to do. And I was able to process all of that. And I still have that. I'm not saying this is going to, like, set me off for my entire life. No, I'm not going to get back in the hospital like that. No. And so I'm standing here experiencing this, and I'm able to fight for myself. I'm able to put that into this world. I'm able to recognize that I have this. I'm giving my awareness, my attention to the solution, and I'm not making excuses, right? I can't help but think about back to 3 years ago and how crazy my life was at this point in time. You said these words and I struggled so hard with them. It took a lot of hard conscious effort to shift. Yeah, it's work. It's work. But we can appreciate it. And I look at it now, like I love exercising. I do. Like I embrace it. I enjoy weight training. I enjoy I enjoy perfecting my body. Hello, Roseanne, Amanda Reynolds. Hello, welcome. So I hope that makes sense. Let's just do a little recap for Tuesday. I will never get there, so I will enjoy my journey. So I want you to think about when the 22nd happens, like contemplate, like what can I appreciate about my life right now? What can I appreciate about the journey right now? You know, what do I love about me? What do I like? And what do I like about what I've done so far with my life? And everyone has done something. We've all done. We're living here on this planet, so you exist, you matter, you are worthy. So there's something that you can find appreciation for, please. And I am standing on the leading edge of thought. Everything I experience is going to the collective to be made manifest on a grander scale. So what kind of experiences do I want to add to create? Okay. And I have the ability to direct my own thoughts. I got this. This is my life. This is my story. And I am the writer. I am the editor. I am all of that shit. I am in charge. And so where are you directing your thoughts? How can I do this? Ask yourself, what do I love about my life? What do I love about my process? And what do I want to experience that I can put back into the universe? And how can I focus my thoughts on making that happen? Okay, y'all. Let's get into the last one, the 23rd. Here we are. 101.25. So the 23rd, we're going to work with the Metamorphosis Oracle. Whew. Again, I'll timestamp this on YouTube so you can go back and look at the days if you want, or listen to the days. I really appreciate everyone taking the time to be here with me. I really do appreciate our time together more than I can express, I guess, but I do. So let us see what's going on. Like, what do we need to be aware of? What do we need to contemplate on Wednesday, the 23rd? Oh, thank you, Amanda. Mercury will be stationed direct on this day on the 22nd. So there's that little positive. Oh, yes. Hello, Mercury. Directy. Okay. Card one. Ooh, card one. Card one is co-creation. This is fascinating. Card two, into the light. Oh, shit. Not bad, y'all. It's not bad. It's okay. We'll survive. Card three is the hag and shocking. So let us look at the cards. Card one is Lady Day, co-creation. Victory of light, which is information, over darkness, which is like not misinformation, but it's information versus lack of information. Knowledge versus ignorance. So victory of knowledge, information, data over darkness or ignorance or not understanding. Victory of life over death. Co-creation. What does that say to you? Fascinating. Co-creation. So on Wednesday the 23rd, we comprehend that wow, I have more data to navigate my world. I'm feeling it. I'm focused. It's important for us to focus on life. It is important for us to focus on the information that is going to bring us joy, the information that we need to engage with our world. Like what do we need to make sure that we have everything in place to navigate this, right? And so we do not have to focus so much on letting go anymore at this point, the 23rd. It's more about taking everything that we've experienced and focusing on living in a new way, living in a way that now that we have more information to work with, it's living more responsibly, living more authentically, right? So there's that. Into the light, out of the darkness. Again, I actually like these two cards because like out of the darkness, over darkness, right? Out of the darkness, love, be gentle, carnal pleasures, fertility. Hello. So into the light. I really like these two cards together. So there's hope on the 23rd. It's like more information, more knowledge will be revealed, and it is a time for us to step up out of our slumber and into a more active, expressive role in our lives. On the 23rd, it's about doing what pleases us, doing what we are passionate about. Like, what kind of creative force is processing through you? Like, what do you want to create, learn, educate yourself, make it happen? So again, you can start planning now. Like, if there's something that you want to do, like you want to create or you want to make happen, start educating yourself so you can sort of maybe implement on the 23rd. You're coming out of this darkness and focusing on what you love, focusing on your passions and your excitable energy. So what excites you? What makes you happy? Do that. The interesting thing though is the hag. The hag is a very intense card and force to be experienced. So it's like the fight or flight response, conquering your fears, something like other, something more, something what people like to say supernatural, raw, ancient. Be alert. Be very aware. Danger and power. So the hag is a fascinating card for the 23rd. Because again, where it's like out of this darkness, and now it's like, oh, fight or flight response. But I really feel like with this, it's like conquering your fear. There's going to be this like super intense energy that is being made manifest. Do it even if it scares you. Very well could be, because when the hag enters our experience, very, very intense, very overwhelming, and very like fearful, in a sense, to make us confront why we are scared, what is going on that makes us hold back a little. So the hag really puts that shit in our face, so we're like, oh, do I really want this? It makes us realize and recognize, like, oh, do I really want this in life? Do I really want to experience this? Or maybe I don't. But we have to decide one way or the other. Do we choose to step up and fight for, or do we choose to step back and just like, no, that's not worth me doing this? No. But only we can decide and discern what's right for us. And so there's like this sort of ancient raw type of energy coming through to help us face certain fears that are holding us back from again living in our authentic space. Again, we have over darkness. There is conquering darkness. There is this fight, this internal battle that is happening within our own lives, each and every one of us, that we have to decide what we're showing up for. And the hag is there saying, look, you're going to conquer your fear, or you're not going to conquer your fear. It's entirely up to you, but you will experience the fear until you decide. So you have to ask yourself, what will I decide? What am I going to show up for? Am I pushing through? Am I working through this? Because I know that I have life in me. I know that this isn't going to kill me. I know that this isn't going to take away from me. I know that this is a situation where I can succeed. And I know that if I channel my heart and if I root myself in love and compassion, and I do what is really important for me, and what excites me, and what is creative to me, I know that I can get through this. So in order to conquer your fears on the 23rd, whatever comes up that's like a little apprehensive to you, scary to you, know that it can be conquered through your joy. So don't let that fear overcome you. Know that your joy, your passion will set you free, right? So Wednesday, the 23rd, we have co-creation, into the light, and shocking. So I want you to know that shocking news may come your way about individuals or situations in place that you are co-creating with. And it will help you make decisions where you either pursue these relationships or you say, you know what, this shit is crazy. Y'all are fucked. No, I don't support this message. I'm not going to entertain this anymore. Goodbye. Good riddance. It can be scary to have to walk away from, or choose, not have to, but choose to walk away from situations in that sense. So co-creation, into the light, and shocking. Be alert. Be aware. Don't be scared. Like don't let this like make you fearful for the 23rd. So I don't think that you should do that, but just be aware, you know, of what energies come up and how to navigate them. You have the information now. So all of these will be timestamped on YouTube. For your viewing pleasure. Thank you so much, everybody. That's it. If you have any questions, last minute questions, feel free to comment, let me know. I am so grateful to each and every one of you. Thank you for being here with me. I appreciate it. And if you're watching the recording, thank you so much for watching and experiencing this. I hope you can take something and utilize it to navigate the days to come. I love doing what I do. And if you enjoyed anything and if you want to support, you can find out ways in the link that I have. My Amazon wish list. I try to, any decks that I get, I try to use here. Any books, I try to take that information, and when I really get it, I try to share with everyone. So I give back as well. So feel free to do that, or just keep engaging, keep showing up. I love talking with everyone, and hopefully I won't be as much of a stranger. I feel like hopefully things are starting to like get back on track. But thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I appreciate you. I am going to go head out because the bitch is hot and I need some water. Peace.